name is Captain Jansen. I'm the captain for the training academy here. It's my privilege to watch these young men make it through the fire and EMT academies, get their certifications. We've got 12 of these gentlemen that are going to be going on shift here shortly with the Killeen Fire Department. We've got another one who is here paid by the Harker Heights Fire Department, and 3 more that just finished the EMT with and paid by the Temple Fire Department, and will be starting our fire academy on July 7th, as well as other people not affiliated with the fire department that have put in their time here, and so that they can get their certifications and go on to the best career that they can ever do. So we're definitely proud of all the hard work and dedication that it takes to go through this EMT course. It's no small feat. It's an 8-week course. You have to basically read an entire 800 pages of the book. 1,400. It's grown since I went through. And as well as homework, they've got write-outs and hospital clinicals, final exams, skill assessments, and then take the National Registry exam to get their certification. So it's a whole lot of stuff in a small amount of time. And they buckled down, dedicated themselves to get it taken care of. The lowest grade we had in the course was 81 and change. Honestly, I don't remember, but I think that's really good numbers. They worked really hard, and they definitely earned their place up here tonight. And we're very proud of them. So, we'll take a minute and let our fire chief, Chief Kavinsky, come up here and say some words. Chief.
Hey, Captain Jansen. Chief Foster, are you going to share some words as well?
I'll keep it brief, sir.
I do that so I can gauge time. Because if anyone knows me, they know that I could probably take up the entire hour and a half that the ceremony is. No, just kidding. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jim Kavinsky. I'm a firefighter paramedic, and I have the honor and privilege to serve as the fire chief for the city of Killeen. And I've been here for the last 4.5 years. It's been an honor and privilege to do that. And I say that intentionally. Pay attention to what I said. I'm a firefighter paramedic. I get dressed the same way you do every morning. I just made a choice. I chose responsibility, much like you made the choice to show up for the civil service exam, to show up to become a member of the Harker Heights Fire Department, the Temple Fire Department, to show up to be a member of this class so that you can pursue a career with the fire department in the future. But in the end, it's all just a choice to take on responsibility. Your responsibility is to the citizens that you are going to serve, the patients that you are going to take care of. No matter how big, no matter how small that call is, to them, it's a big deal. At 2 o'clock in the morning, when their belly hurts, and it's hurt for the last 2 days, and it's the 18th call that you ran for the day, the biggest test that you are going to be given is how compassionate can you be towards that patient when all you want to do is just get another hour's sleep. That's what this job is all about. I find it very interesting and paradoxical that you spend 8 weeks in a class that is 80% of the job that you do, yet you spend 16 weeks in a class that's only 20% of the job that you do, right? And I'll tell you, and I'm going to date myself here, that book was only 348 pages back in 1994. That's a testament to the fact that this job changes. It changes over time. And if you can't adapt to change, if you're unwilling to adapt to change, this might not be the career for you. Because I can promise you, what you've learned over the last 8 weeks, half of it we were never taught. We showed up for EMT class 3 hours on Monday morning at the junior college, 3 hours on Wednesday morning, and then I went to the Joliet Fire Department to do my ride time, and they said, hey, sit down, kid, you're going to ride along with Medic 3, and just get through the 8 hours, don't make a sound, and we'll sign you off on your clinicals. It's a whole different ballgame now. You guys are much more prepared to be able to take care of the people who are going to entrust their lives in your hands. They're gonna let you into their home. How many strangers do you let into your home and walk into your living room or walk into their bedroom? Anybody raise your hand? You just gonna let a stranger do that? I know I'm not. Yet you are gonna be entrusted to walk into somebody's home, your most sacred place, and take care of them. They don't know you from the next person on the street. Remember that. That's important. Remember that at 2 o'clock in the morning when your partner's in that ambulance, who might be that salty old dog who's been doing this for 30 years and complaining about the fact that all they wanted to do is get some rest. You are the new blood. You are the new generation. You have learned in a whole different way than Chief Foster and I ever could have, Fro Mitchell, and even probably Captain Jansen, than we could have ever imagined learning. But you're at an advantage because you've learned a whole new way. You've learned a different way to take care of people. That's what this is, to take care of people. Remember that. That's important. That's what you're being charged to do. Not just run a call, not to go take care of a frequent flyer. Please do not ever use that word. Because that frequent flyer, ladies and gentlemen, is entrusting you to take care of them. It might seem insignificant to you, but I promise you it's significant to them in some way, shape, or form. It might be in a way that you don't understand. But if you walk in the door, if you cross that threshold into their house, you open the door to that car that has no damage seemingly to it, with the mentality and the thought that you're here to take care of them, I promise you it will be a rewarding career. I promise you that you'll get through that call, you complete that paperwork, favorite part of the job, right? And you'll get back to the station ready to take care of the next task, the next call, the next fire, whatever it might be. And at 7 in the morning the next day, or whenever that shift ends, you'll be ready to go home and take care of whatever else it is you have going on, your family, that big adventure you have planned, that side job that you have planned so you can take care of that big car payment you've got because you just got that new job. Whatever it is, you'll be there to take care. And that's what I want to leave you with, is that you are here to take care of the citizens that you take an oath to protect. And always remember that. The medical side of this job is the hardest part. You know why I went to EMT and paramedic school? So I could be a firefighter. I'll bet if you ask any one of them, or any other firefighter here today, most of them say the same thing. The vast majority of us will say, the only reason I went to EMT and paramedic was so I could get a job to be a firefighter. And I shift back to that whole paradoxical, yet it's only 20% of what we do. Always remember that. This is the most profound thing that you can do, is take care of people by being an emergency medical technician. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with, although you are just an EMT basic, behind every great paramedic is the best EMT basic in the world. You are what makes a paramedic great. And you are in a position to learn more than ever until you get to paramedic school. Take these times, this next year, 2 years before you get on to paramedic school, take this opportunity to learn and soak in everything that paramedic does. The good and the bad. Some of the things that I learned that have stuck with me the most are the things that I were taught not to do. Doesn't mean call out the paramedic. Might cause a little bit of trouble, right? But ask questions. And the best thing you can do is when you ask questions, don't ask questions to challenge authority. Ask questions to learn and gain understanding. And if you use that to guide you through your EMT careers until you become a paramedic, that will help you become the best darn EMT or the best paramedic that you're ever gonna be. And I promise you, it's gonna be a fulfilling career. And I promise you that 30 years from now, you'll be standing at this podium, being able to give a speech to the next generation of paramedics who probably won't even have to use their hands to take care of patients. But leverage that new technology in a way that we were never able to, so that you can take care of people in a way that we were never able to. Congratulations, and a job well done. We're very proud of you. And go out and save some lives. I'm sure you will. Thank you, everybody. Before I turn it over to the coordinator of the academy, I will turn it over to Deputy Chief Doug Foster, our training chief.
Good evening, everyone. I'll just go ahead and keep it brief. I just wanted to first of all say congratulations and to the families. I want to say thank you. These young men could not be here without a world of support that's at home helping them out. I'm reminded that as of today, last week, Thursday, a week ago today, it's been 25 years since I walked through the doors here at Queen Fire Club, and it goes fast. One thing that I can say to pass on to you is that the way, as Chief was saying, the technology is such that every single one of you, if you stay in this career field, you will be directly involved in saving a life. It will happen. It's not always been the case. We tried, and what we have, because that book has gotten thicker, we've gotten more knowledgeable as an industry, and we're better at things like basics, CPR, auto pulse is saving lives, and you guys are going to be the ones that are out there. So, wear that, seek that responsibility, celebrate this milestone. It's one step. For those of you in Killeen, I don't know if Parker Heights still requires paramedic, but this is one step on the way to the paramedic. But it's still, celebrate every milestone, and cherish this journey, because 25 years from now, you're gonna look back and it's gonna seem like it was just a little while ago. And all the people standing around you are gonna be, some of them are gonna still be around you, and they're gonna be old men. And you're gonna remember that it was just the other day that you were all 30 young. One of the most important things that I will leave you with is, regardless of the technology, the techniques, the books, the most important thing you're going to do is talk. Talking to patients, being able to relate to patients is probably the divider between making good paramedics and great paramedics or EMTs. As Chief said, remember when you go on those calls for maybe try your patience sometimes, keep in mind as well that there's somebody who may have a son or daughter that is distant, that is appreciating the fact that you're just there taking care of them along with the dad, the grandmother, grandfather, okay? And you're doing it for them too. So talk to your patients, relate to them. That is the best paramedics, EMTs I've ever seen are the ones that can talk. And while you're talking, make sure that when the time comes over the course of a career, you recognize the time when you need to talk to somebody about your wellness. Okay. I've seen a lot of people come through here that were not able to finish a career because they weren't dealing with the things that they carry with them. So, we have much better avenues for assistance than what we used to, and I would encourage you, when the time comes, talk. Thank you.
Should I introduce, sorry? Here's Larry Mitchell, everybody.
So I'm Larry Mitchell, Academy Coordinator for the Queen Fire Department. It's been a long journey for some of them started May 12th of this year, first day of EMT school. Some of them started back January 6th with fire, and one started last August 19th, I think it was. We didn't have an EMT, this is our first EMT class since then, so he came back to EMT good. So, been a long journey with a lot of these guys. Got to know some of them quite a bit. Got to have some jokes, have some fun with them. Including one today. Congratulations. 2 of them have actually already passed their National Registry EMT together. Third one, we're still waiting for his results, right? So, they talk about the books. I was sitting there thinking, it's like, my EMT and paramedic book was not as thick as the EMT book they have now. Both of them combined was not as thick as what we have now. I think my paramedic book was about 700 pages, and my EMT book was about 307 pages too. So, you got an extra 400 pages. Something I tried this time with them was homework. First couple of days they were fine. Oh, it's not that bad. Got about that 4th or 5th day, and it was like, that was 100 and something questions. Of course, it was about 100 and something page part chapter. Human body, which was very elaborate. Started with 21, got 20. Usually we lose a lot more than that throughout the class. So, proud of this. We'll see how the results pay out on the National Registry. Touch on what Chief Officer said. Take care of your mental health. You're going to see that call is going to bother you. In the last few years, we've actually gotten really better at it. 20 years ago, it was like, nah, get back on the truck, suck it up. We've learned that that's not the way it should be. So, keep it short, but congratulations. Take care of yourself, and I'll see most of you on Monday.
Thank you, gentlemen. Next, we're going to, since we've been talking about these thick books and all the homework and all the crazy academic stuff they've had to go through here today, we move that on to celebrating the one person who led the pack, person who went through all that hard work and was able to come out on top with the highest grade for the class. So I want to introduce the valedictorian for this academy class, which is Mr. Anden Owens.
Go Andy.
Trying to keep it from getting too far away from it. Now he has to talk.
Give me 1 second, I'm going to pull up my notes. Excuse me if I have a shaky voice. This has been a long journey so far. I mean, 6 months doesn't seem like a lot, but we've been in here day in, day out, and I'm really proud of how far we've come so far. So thanks for all of you for showing up. It really means a lot to all of us. This moment marks the end of 8 weeks of hard coursework for my classmates and I. We had late night studying, long lectures, and finding ways to work 56 hours of write-outs and clinicals between the 1,600 pages of material. Thank goodness it's a picture book. But beyond the coursework, this moment really does mean something different to each of us. A lot of us are going on shift pretty much in the next week or so, and that means finally getting to put all of our skills to use to serve the community and maybe spend some more time with our family when we're off work. For others, this is the accumulation of months or years of work that finally brought us to a firefighter EMT certification. And for others, it means that they're going to start Fire Academy next Monday, bright and early. But what I've seen in all of my classmates that keeps them showing up day in and day out is a commitment to improvement and giving the best service possible to the team that makes up the emergency medical service and the citizens we serve. I am incredibly honored to be part of Class 45 and part of the Killeen Fire Department. Each of us has a different reason, a different path that brought us here, and I'm sure we've all been asked the question, why do you want to be a firefighter? I never feel like I have a good answer, but I'll give you my best shot. There's no dramatic story, no rescue, no family history in the fire service. But there's one moment that always sticks with me. A few years ago, my mom and stepdad were talking about fire safety in a new house. We wondered if I'd be able to carry my stepdad out if an emergency occurred. So we tested it. He laid limp on the floor in the kitchen, and I tried to pick him up to drag him out of the house. And I weighed maybe half of what he did at the time, and I could not make him move an inch. At the moment, I realized that if something bad really happened, I would be useless, and that thought has never left my mind. So I started training, slowly, awkwardly, but consistently. What began as a desire to not feel hopeless grew into something deeper, a drive to be capable when it counts. For what felt like forever, I didn't know exactly why I trained, but things seemed to click after I met a firefighter that sung high praises of the career and told me that KFT was hiring. He eventually convinced me to apply to KFT to be a probationary fire rescue officer, and I haven't looked back since. So thank you. I still can't always explain why this work pulls at me. It's hard, it's exhausting. This academy's been, for sure, the hardest thing I've ever done. There are days that feel unrewarding and days I feel like I have no clue what I'm doing. But even on those days, I can't think of anywhere else I would rather be working. I couldn't think of a group of people that I'd rather be working with. And if there's anything this academy's taught me, it's that as long as something truly matters to you and gives you purpose, don't stop showing up. That's enough about me. This is a celebration for all of us. It takes a village, and none of us would be here without the support from our instructors, coordinators, family, and network of peers to lean on. To our instructors and coordinators that kept us moving forward throughout the tragic loss of Captain Taylor at the beginning of the course, thank you for keeping steady in a time of grief and finding ways for us to help. To my parents and siblings that lended an ear, a meal, and even just a smile when I could visit. Sorry, I lost. Thanks for all the compassion you showed even when I couldn't show up as much as I wanted to. And for my classmates who never gave up learning in this whirlwind of a course, thanks for bringing your all in creating the best learning environment I've ever been in. Thanks to all of you that can make it today, and all of you that helped us along the way. You deserve a round of applause. I'm sure we're all eager to move forward in this career and get hands-on with all the stuff we've learned so far. So again, thank you to all of you for your immense support. And to my classmates, congratulations, we made it. We put in the work to be here, and now we just have the hard part left. So thanks everybody for being here, and have a good 4th tomorrow. Thank you.
Very good speech. One thing we do is we ask all these cadets to vote on who they felt was the most influential instructor, the person that came in here every day, not every day, but on their days off. Our instructors are all on-duty personnel that come here on their days off to work to teach these young men and women how to become firefighters and EMTs, and they work really hard to do that. So they voted for who they felt like was the most influential to them during this EMT class, and they all majority voted for Fire Rescue Officer Stephen Day.
Thanks, guys. I think it's this is actually a surprise. I didn't teach as much as I did here in the EMT stuff, so this did come as a surprise to me. It's nice to know you have an influence, and so I'm glad that you guys thought so highly. I will say, I will actually be short. just a bit of advice from you guys. They talked about that things change in the learning environment that you'll be in. Nobody's gonna make you learn. Like, that drive has to come from within, and you guys did a really good job of demonstrating that, and it needs to keep up. They're just gonna criticize you when you mess up. That's all that's gonna happen. They're not gonna like, hey, you need to get up and start learning this stuff. You need to like lead from the front with that. Right? And we strive to create that environment here. So those that work here, yeah, you know, you do well and have a nice environment, but not everybody's gonna be here. So wherever you may go, good luck, and I hope you can lead this you know, with this drive to learn and better yourself. And I guess a few of you were starting your fires, but I will see you guys. We're gonna have some fun. All right, thank you again.
Thank you, Stephen. I will say he's a dedicated instructor in this academy, both in fire and of course, and always does a great job. Very well received. I appreciate everything for us. And y'all will get plaques. Turns out, the plaque place usually has a 24-hour turnaround, so I went Monday this week. They're closed all week for the 4th. All right, didn't know that. So they got those instead of plaques this time, but I will get them done and delivered to them. Now we get to the good part, the presentation of certificates. So we will start this, and we go through alphabetical order. So we will start with Mr. Christian Gonzalez. William Anderson. Hayden Ballard. Jordan Carlson. Dwayne Owens. Canyon Begley. Vicente Hernandez. Kate Hayes. Garrett Johnson. Christopher Lingo Jr. Tyler Logan. Perkins McKenzie IV. Dawson Moore. Gavin Mosley. Kevin Murphy. Jack O'Hara. Christopher O'Reilly. Anden Owens. This has been a fun class. Noel Rivera.
Had a trip to the finish line.
Nice.
Andrew Russell. While they come back around, I'll take smooth you if you push ups Monday. What a great class this has been. You know, going through the fire and EMT course, y'all have done a great job. I'm really proud of everything. You know, I have to comment on Owens. I sat in on his interview, and he started on the first week, and I was like, man, this is a quiet little small guy. And we did a consumption drill where you wear your air pack until you run out of air, and you do a hard workout, and put the whole class through it. And you go literally until the mask sucks to your face, so you know how long it takes you that you can last in a falling down. And out of everybody, I never saw him stop once. Never been over to take a breath, never paused. If someone else was doing a task in front of him and he had to wait for him to finish, he started doing air squats. He was always doing something the entire time, and I went, all right, we're watching that. So to see you at the top of the EMT class, I'm not surprised at all. Throw that out there, because I remembered that while you were talking, and I always thought that was quite a good quality. So, but anyway, I don't ever write a speech. I just
We were waiting to make sure any of the late arrivals were here, but we did want to take, before we wrap up, time to recognize some of our distinguished guests. First and foremost, recently retired Academy instructor, Fire Rescue Officer Chris Luce. Chris retired just about a month ago. So he was with this group for a little bit before he did retire, so good to see you back, thank you. And a job well done. He gave 28 years? 25. I'm trying to give you more. Just go with it. Felt like 28, right? Also, I've got Ray Gandera here from Harker Heights Fire Department. And Harker Heights Public Safety Director, Police Chief Betty Alley Hawkins, who's here supporting his students. Thank you for being here, and you guys take note of that because they take time out of their day to come here and support you, and that speaks volumes. That's a big deal. So thank you guys for being here and supporting your cadets. And with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Kevin.
That's why he's chief. He thinks of those things that I don't think of. But anyway, so we'll wrap this up. We've got some refreshments in the back and some snacks. Let y'all mill around, get some pictures in front of our display there. Pictures with whoever you want to get, and that's about it. So with that, I will say, everybody have a happy Independence Day weekend. God bless America. And ladies and gentlemen, the Clean Fire Academy Class 45. Dismissed.